my admin team enjoy this event every single year, and we look forward to it. And every single year at this time, I do receive a copy before everyone else does, and I get to read through all of the submissions. And if I stood up here and talked about every single submission, it would probably take hours, and I don't want to detract away from our students in the celebration. But I do know that I've read some wonderful pieces this year, including pieces about an uncomplicated, simple grape, to appendix and how an appendix was ridiculed, to a family dinner that was so remarkably written that in about 180 words, I got was able to receive a very clear message that they eat people, do they? Where are you? Where is the author? I know it's, there you are. Wonderful, wonderful piece. Good job. I'm convinced that we have some of the best young writers here in this room, and I know that in a very short time we'll be hearing you out in the big world here, and many of your pieces of work will be in hard copy for all of us to enjoy. I want to end by saying that I want to thank each and every one of you, because you have given me a beautiful package that I will have long after I leave here, Earl Haig, and that I'll be able to sit back and read at my leisure over and over again. So thank you very, very much, and I'm so proud of you, and your writing is absolutely wonderful and incredible. Congratulations.
In the voice of a precocious preschooler, and it's the preschooler's take on the harried mother's approach to a balanced packed lunch. And we really enjoyed it, and it's called Grapes, and we will have Katie Lawrence up here. The title is Appendicitis. And it's a revenge play, I think, with a cast of body characters who dismiss the importance of a previously considered unimportant appendix. And I actually saw this play on stage, written by Ethan Goodell.
A lot to take in, but he does a really good job establishing all of these topics and explaining them and moving on to the next one. So if you haven't already done so, I really invite you to pick up the anthology and read the essay More is Less by Daniel Esser.
Athena asserts that the conclusion is deliberately unjust. She maintains that Kafka defied his readers to remedy society's injustices. She takes us on the heartbreaking journey of a man who is suddenly and arbitrarily transformed into a monstrous bug. And then she connects this nightmare to our own travails. She states that Kafka depicts flaws in the novel's central characters in order to evoke self-reflection. This perspective is rather provocative, and it provides us with a thoughtful, sensitive, and challenging analysis of a profoundly troubling work of literature. Congratulations, Athena.
From a parent's perspective, the events in Nikki's story don't end well. From a teacher's perspective, it's clear that Nikki Hubner has a promising future in writing. So excellent work, Nick. So, Justin's, I'm not going to read the whole thing over again. This is a 20-stanza ballad with an ABCB rhyming scheme that has both a sense of play and a reverence for the topic. Justin is a regular here, what's interesting is no two of his pieces are ever alike. It's clear that Justin likes to create and challenge himself as a writer, and this is a great example of that. So good work, Justin.
The winner for the Pierre Berton Jr. Award goes to Hallie Purther for her poem, Here Is My Corner. This poem reflects an incredible sense of rhyme, narrative, and reference to her urban landscape as she masterfully plays with alliteration and questions the possible mysteries behind what one sees.
Of the Pierre Berton Senior Poetry Award goes to Aaron Philip Mueller. His poem, There Is a Place, is an artfully constructed ballad that contains an insightful critique of the dangers of both autocracy and apathy. I think the poem serves as a cautionary reminder to readers about what can happen if dogma is not questioned and power is left unchecked. So congratulations.
Category with Living for Hope is an epistolary story. It means it's written in letters. I had to look that up again. This harkens back to some of the earliest novels were written in this style, but what's different about this story is its creepy atmosphere. Its letters in the story are letters to the dead. Very creepy, and it's filled with some very interesting and heavy imagery, such as likening the afterlife to being underwater. It's creative and it's original. It's very filled with emotion. And so Tia Rose McDowell, congratulations. The winner in this category with the story Google Apocalypse tells the story of a post-apocalyptic world where Google has asserted control of everything on Earth, including humans. It echoes Marshall McLuhan's ideas that we become what we behold, we shape our tools, and thereafter our tools shape us. It's part Terminator, part Matrix, part 1984. And it warns us that we might lose ourselves completely by handing over too much to the things we create. It's got song lyrics interspersed throughout it as well, so it gives it kind of a rock feel to it. It's very cool. It ends with a wonderfully terrifying twist ending, and it cautions us to think before we surf. Tell me if you've heard this one before. Justin Chandler, come on down.
We're honored tonight, well, not tonight, I guess it's this afternoon, to have Aga Maksimowska with us. 2 facts about Aga. Aga is not only a published author, she is also an Earl Haig alumnus. Coincidence? Yeah. I think not. The book was named a CBC Reader's Choice Top 5 book, and it was shortlisted for the Toronto Book Awards in 2013, so check it out. We are honored to have Aga Maksimowska with us tonight.
So when I read the entries that I was asked to judge, I was blown away. And I'm not just saying that because you're here and we're celebrating. I'm saying that because the quality was really something special. So I think a big hand to your English teachers. They're doing something right. So. I know a part of writing is, learning to write an instruction, and a great part of it is, of course, talent and hard work, so you have to kind of mix the 3. I started writing sort of more seriously because I took Writer's Craft in OAC, which was then grade 13, with Miss Popplewell, who's here, which is amazing to see her. And I think there's nothing that can replace having a teacher who not so much teaches you the craft of writing, but really just inspires you and provides you a safe environment to write as you would, developing your own strong voice. So what I saw in your writing were so many different voices, so many unique voices, which was really hard to judge. And again, I'm not just saying that, but I had a really hard time coming up with a winner because they were all such different and interesting entries, and each of the stories really stayed with me in some way. So, I'm really up here to talk about who's the winner, so I will let you know. I'm going to start with the juniors, I guess. Okay, so before I tell you who the winner is, I just want to tell you a little bit about, I guess, why I chose this piece. I thought that this story established amazing tension straight off the bat. And it was a tension between the narrator's world and the reader's world, so my world. And there was immediate tension in it and sort of a sense of doom. Stylistically, I really loved how this young writer mixed long sentences with short ones. There was a really great flow to the piece and a really confident first-person narrator. There's an incredible amount of backstory in this story and character revelation and all types of conflict in a really short space. I'm not sure how long the story is, but I think about 500 words, which I think is spectacular to pack all that stuff into such a short space. So the winner is, from the informal writing category, Nikki Hubner. The reason why I finally chose this piece was really several reasons. One, I think it used an incredibly inventive language. There was a lot of play with words and with description. It seemed to me like the writer was just having a great deal of fun. Like, you know, the writer really loves the craft. It accomplishes what a great story, what a great piece should accomplish, which is it made me think about the world around me and my role in it as a citizen and as a human. And it sort of left me, you know, wondering and thinking. I loved all the musical and cultural references throughout it, and especially one song, The Final Countdown, which appears in my book too, which is so weird, and that wasn't the reason why I chose it. So the winner is from the short story category, Justin Chandler.